Hello, and welcome to Thoughts in the Green Room with your host, Jeff Mays. First off, Happy New Year, and welcome back to a brand new and hopefully prosperous year for everybody. Happy 2016. Today's topic is how we play. Over the holidays, I had a chance of observing my nephew, my niece, and some other youngsters around the friends I was at play. And for the youngest kids, the babies, if you will, the 2 and 3-year-olds that some of my friends have, they were playing and very imaginative. They were much more interested with the wrapping paper than they were with the gifts. And for the older kids, some of the teenagers that I'm exposed to, they were much more interested in plopping themselves down in front of the television and playing the new video game and cutting off everybody to absorb themselves into this virtual world. And one of the topics that came up out of that idea, as well as some of the meetings that I held over the holidays with friends, was what did we do before the internet? I'm a kid from an age where there was no internet. There was no cell phone when I was 15. These are obscure things to me way back then. And when I was younger than that, hell, I didn't even have television all the time. I used rabbit ears at my grandmother's house, and if the rabbit ears couldn't tune in a good station, there wasn't television to use. So I was thinking about kids these days. God, it sounds funny. And the idea of play, and with the availability of internet, video games, streaming movies to Netflix and Show Me and all those kinds of viewing sources, I was recognizing that kids at play is really kids absorbed in some sort of virtual or some sort of on a screen concept. And it made me think, how active are their minds? I know that when I was at play as a child, I had to create the world that would have been on the screen in my mind. And my friends and I played it out. If we were, doing a first-person shooter game, we would create it up here, tell each other about it, and then act it out. But my nephew, my niece, the other teenagers, they turn it on. It's all there for them, and all they do is press buttons with their thumbs. It disturbed me just a little bit. And it brought me back to that idea that kids don't really play. Well, that's not true. It's not that they don't play. They play passively, that they are engaged from, at least my perspective, as a third party to a world that's in place. And they partake in that world through an interactive device, which is considered play, yes, but it's not the same style of play. It feels to me like their imagination is dead. So, as an actor, I began to realize how vital it is to play. And when I mean play, I mean engage my imagination and bring that to life, whether that be through reading a book, where I have to take the text and bring it to life up here, whether it be a journal writing, creating a new script, going out and doing things actively and engaging with other people and stepping outside of all the technological tools that I have to play in. This to me is play. As a child, when I played, I hopped on my bicycle and I went exploring. Or I went out with my friends to the park and we created a game of some form or a story of some form which we brought to life. Imagination engaged, brought to life physically, so that it was more than just my thumbs interacting. And I turn this over to you this week, folks, and I ask you the same question. How do you play? As an artist, for me, it's vital. It may not be vital for you. I have no idea. I believe that it is vital for everyone because you have to partake in your world outside of your norm and do things that are engaging for you. So with that in mind, I give you the challenge of one day this week, put down all the technology, don't turn on Netflix, don't go to your favorite video game or whatever it is that you do, put it down and engage in some other activity that requires you to actively use your imagination and play just like you were 6. And there are your thoughts from the green room. Have a great one, and I'll see you in 1 or 2 weeks.